Hello, today we're going to be doing our apple experiment. And the first thing we're going to do when we're experimenting on our apple is we're going to look at our apple. I have an apple for you, and I have an apple for me, and we're going to look at it. We're going to use our eyes, our sense of sight. So what do you notice about your apple?
It's round and red.
Awesome, you have to speak up so everybody can hear you.
It's round and red.
Awesome. Mine is kind of a yellow and red. And yours is a lot rounder than mine. Mine's more of an oval. I also noticed I have a stem on mine. Do you have a stem on yours?
Yep,
Very
a little
cool.
bit of a stem.
And then there's this little green part on the bottom as well. So this is the stem. And then this is where the flower used to be. So looking at the outside, do you notice anything else? I think we covered most of it. You have a couple little spots on yours.
Yeah.
She has like little spots on hers.
And Mommy doesn't.
Yep, I do not. I have lines. Okay, we can also use our magnifying glass to look at it. So if you want to look, remember when we use our magnifying glass, we hold it at about a hand's width away. Those spots look a lot clearer now, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Awesome. We can also feel it. What does yours feel like?
Cold.
It's cold. Yeah, we just took these out of the fridge, so they are cold. I also noticed mine has a few little bumps in it. The bottom actually feels kind of fuzzy. Does your bottom feel fuzzy?
Not that.
Not that fuzzy?
No.
Okay.
Mine has a little mark on it.
Yes, you have a little bump on yours too, a little like a dent. I also noticed that the stem is very hard. It's very hard. It wiggles around if I kept doing it, it would actually fall off. If I kept, see mine, I just took off. But it's very hard.
Yes. It's really hard to twist off too.
And the apple itself is hard. If I squeeze it, it's hard, isn't it? Okay. So we used our sense of sight and we used our sense of touch. Yep, we used the magnifying glass. Do we hear anything with it?
No.
No, we don't hear anything.
But sometimes worms crawl in it.
Yep, sometimes worms could have crawled into it. We can look and see. Nope, no worms. I didn't have any worms in mine either.
I don't see any holes.
Yeah, that's a very good observation. Like the bad apple where the worm got in.
Yeah, because always worms have holes in it if they go in.
Yep, well, we don't have worms in ours. We don't have holes, so we're good. Okay, what other sense is there? We have the sense of sight from our eyes, touch from our fingers.
The stem.
No, our sense.
Oh, sense.
So we see with our eyes, we feel with our fingers, we smell. We smell. So let's smell it. Smells like apple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, it's kind of sweet. Okay, so we used our eyes, we used our nose, we used our hands. We couldn't use our ears because we couldn't really hear. What's the last sense? Say it loud. Taste. So for that, we're going to do a little bit more before we use taste. So this part is for the mommies, the daddies, the grandmas, the grandpas, the aunts, the uncles, because you're going to need a knife, and you're going to cut it in half. And then we're going to do our observation of the apple now. So for this part, we're going to use our goggles, though, because we need practice using our goggles. That's okay. So if you need to adjust them, you just pull on the little string in the back until that they are tight but not hurting. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to look. You can use your magnifying glass if you want to. We're going to look at the different parts of the apple. The part right here is the seeds. Those are the seeds. On our worksheet that we're going to do next, we're going to look and label those seeds. So we have the seeds. They're right in the middle. Then we have the flesh. The white part is called flesh. That's the part we eat. And then the red part, or the yellow part, depending on what color your apple is, sometimes they're red, sometimes they're green, sometimes they're yellow, sometimes there's a little bit of each. It's called the skin. And then on hers, she still had the stem. This is the stem. And once in a while, there's a leaf, especially if you go to an orchard and you pick it off. A lot of the times there'll be a leaf on it. Our apples don't have leaves. Yes.
And it can feel cold in the inside.
Yes, it is. You can use your sense of touch. It actually feels wet and cold. Ours are cold because they were in the fridge. If yours wasn't in the fridge, it won't be cold, but it's still going to be a little wet. It feels wet. That's the juice. They get apple juice from squeezing apples. So now what you can do, remember we keep our goggles on. If you have your tweezers, you can try to take the seeds out. You may be able to do it. These ones are a little big, so it's really hard to do. But we can try to get practice with our tools. Scientists use tools. We have our goggles, we have our tweezers, we have our magnifying glass. Good job, keep going. So another thing that I wanted to show you while she's doing that, if you cut your apple going this way, like in our activity page that we're going to be doing next, it looks like this. However, if you cut the apple the other way, like this, it actually looks like a star. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Looks like a star. Okay, and then...
Or flowers.
Yeah, or a flower.
They look at them here.
So, that's okay. Okay, so now, good job. Okay, now we're going to do the last part. We're going to use our sense of taste. How does it taste? So this time you get to eat it. So let's try it. Mine is actually very sweet. It's sweet, it's crunchy. That time I heard the noise it makes. It makes a crunching sound.
And mine's a little sweet, but not that much.
Yours is a little tart. Very cool. So you can use your senses to investigate your apple. When you're done investigating your apple, you can fill out your sheet. The next video is about the worksheet. Enjoy. Great job, scientists. Kiss your brain.